Welcome back to 24-Hour News 8 at 5 o'clock. We continue this evening with a look at some important races and campaigns that you may be asked to decide in Decision 2010. If you live in Montcalm and parts of Ionia County, there's a pretty good-sized primary for a Michigan House race. It's a little bit unusual because in the 70th District, it is not an open seat. Democrat Mike Huckleberry is the incumbent, and he'll be on the ballot in November. But there are at least 5 Republicans who would like to challenge him in November. They include Denise Drury from Riverdale, Rick Albin from Six Lakes, Lloyd Scobie from Greenville, Ed Stranisha from Belding, and Michael Van Cleek from Fenwick. All 5 of these Republicans want to be on the ballot in November, and here's some of what they had to say about this race.
People are angry and they're frustrated because they don't feel like their local government is listening to them. And it causes a lot of frustration. They want to be heard. And they want their taxes lowered, and they want jobs brought here.
I just feel the need to bring a business sense to government. You know, we're a small business, but we've been in business for 60 years, and we're fairly conservative, and I guess you have to be if you're going to stay in business for 60 years.
We need 3 things in Michigan: jobs, jobs, jobs. And in order to get those, we need to have some reforms. And with that, the economy will begin to turn around. But it's going to take jobs to do that.
In Montcalm and Ionia counties, we've been hit very hard with unemployment, and we haven't seen any real turnaround there, any real ideas. And this is where I'm raising my children, and I want to give them something to be able to keep them to stay here when they get older.
Well, first thing you got to do is you got to cut taxes. There's not a matter if we want to, we have to cut taxes. I mean, the Michigan business tax has to go. And then people say, well, if you cut taxes, you intrinsically have to cut spending. And people are like, well, if you cut spending, you have to cut programs. Well, the situation in which we find ourselves, it's not a matter of if we're going to cut programs, it's a matter of when.
As I said at the outset, the 70th takes in Montcalm County and part of Ionia. The rest of Ionia County is the 87th District, and coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to take a look at the 87th, find out who's running there, and introduce you to those candidates in Decision 2010.